Hello, and welcome to our next episode on managing grief and loss. This is a mental wellness webinar series sponsored by Healthy Pontiac We Can Coalition.
Healthy Pontiac We Can Coalition, who we are and what we do. The Healthy Pontiac We Can Coalition promotes healthy lifestyles for people in Pontiac by aiming to improve health outcomes, increase accessibility, and provide opportunities to be healthy in public spaces, and enhance mind, body, and spirit. The leadership of Healthy Pontiac We Can Coalition consists of Lisa Braddock, who is part of the Greater Detroit Area Health Council, Elizabeth Crenshaw, who is part of the staff at Honor Community Health. Jennifer Lucarelli is also co-chair, and she's a part of the staff at Oakland University. And Jessica Williams is our Healthy Pontiac We Can staff person. And all of the ways to connect with us, to connect with the Healthy Pontiac We Can Coalition are listed on the screen, and they'll also be put in the chat section after this presentation. As you can see, we consist of many people, business people, faith-based institutions, community organizations. Is too many to list them all, but we just wanted you to have just a general idea of who this coalition is comprised by.
And now we want to share with you some of our mental health resources. If at any time throughout this series, we want to make sure that you have access to information that you need. Keep in mind, as your host, we are not licensed medical providers. So we want to make sure that you have access to individuals that can give you that specific need beyond the information that we're sharing here today, because this is not meant to replace any type of medical information. So again, if at any time you feel triggered, please shut this off and make sure that you reach out to who you need. So over the next slides, we're going to show several different mental health resources. They will also be in the comments, so you don't have to worry about writing them down. But as you can see, a few that we have on this slide are the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, Warmline to aid persons with mental health, and CNS Healthcare. And then here we have some regional and specific support. You can see we have the Oakland County Crisis Line, Wayne County Crisis Line, Macomb County Crisis Line, as well as Honor Community Health. And then we have some COVID-19 specific resources. So we have one for Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, information directly from the state of Michigan, World Health Organization, Oakland County Health Department, as well as Oakland County Community Health Network. And then again, just a reminder, we are your hosts. I'm Tashina Gonzalez. I am a holistic health and wellness educator, and I run Vida Activa Education Services. And Melkaya Newman is team supervisor at CNS Healthcare Anti-Stigma Program.
Now we just want to share with you warning signs, things to look for if you yourself may be experiencing grief or sadness of loss. Sadness is one of them. Guilt is a big one. Sometimes people feel secondary guilt or survivor's guilt. There's been a lot of people who have passed away as a result of this illness. And sometimes you may find yourself feeling like you're feeling guilty because you're still here where your loved ones have passed on. You also may be experiencing extreme fatigue. It's very common when you go through grief and loss that you have a loss of energy. It's hard to get out of bed. You may also experience an increased anxiety and fear. And another key thing to look for is depression. Additional warning signs, weight loss or gain. If you find yourself eating too much or eating too little, that's something to pay attention to. Sadness, shock and disbelief. This is common. You've been hit with a tremendous trauma and it takes time to process that. And you'll also experience anger, and that's really common and nothing to be ashamed of or afraid of.
Now, here are some things to keep in mind. Your feelings are normal. We discussed this last time. Each process of managing grief is going to be unique to that person. So whatever you are feeling is normal for you. You are not alone. We also discussed this last time. With everything that is going on, almost everyone has experienced some level of loss. So remember, you are not alone in your feelings right now. Be gentle with yourself. This is so, so important, especially for people like me with a type A personality, high energy, go, go, go. There will be times where you want to mentally beat yourself up because you're just not able to commit and to complete what you usually do. Those are the times you have to be very kind to yourself. You want to also think in cycles and not lines. When it comes to managing and recovering from grief and loss, you're going to have ups and downs. You're going to feel like you've gone backwards some days. It isn't just a straight line of recovery. So know that it's normal that you cycle through things. Also keep in mind and tell yourself you can handle it, even when you feel like you can't. You have gone through so much stuff in the 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years you've been on this planet, and you are still here. So you will be able to handle this just like you have in the past. And remember, it won't feel like this forever. Now, how to cope. What can you do in the moment? So when you're hit with it, acknowledge your pain. Again, we touched on this a little bit. You don't want to bury things. You don't want to ignore it. You want to acknowledge your pain. Accept that grief can trigger many emotions. Some of them maybe you haven't felt before, but there's such a range of emotions, and understand that that is normal for you. Understand that your grieving process will be unique to you. Don't compare yourself to anyone else, and don't let anyone should you into what you should be doing. Accept your unique grieving process. Support yourself emotionally by taking care of yourself physically. Do not fall into bad habits. Do not fall into things that are going to hurt yourself physically. The best way to support yourself emotionally is making sure that you stay top physically. And recognize the difference between grief and depression. If you experience depression for more than 2 weeks, that is a time where you want to seek some support from a licensed medical provider. Now, how to cope, continuing, other ways to seek support. Physically connect with people who you care about. We know right now that means kind of Zoom, right? That's the best we can do. But under normal circumstances, you want to not isolate yourself. We have the tendency to feel like we want to isolate ourselves, but this is not going to help. Get out, reach, and connect with people. Remember, people may feel awkward when offering support to others who are grieving. So we've all experienced loss, but different types of loss, and people may feel a little bit awkward. So try not to take it personally as long as they're trying to help you. Draw comfort for your faith. I know many people have gotten lots of comfort from making sure they pray regularly, if that's a part of their value system, as well as congregating with others of their faith. Join a support group. Talk to a therapist or a grief counselor, and practice self-care. Eat right, exercise regularly, get a sufficient amount of rest, whatever your body says that is at this point in time. Try some alternative things like massages, music, meditation, sound, or aromatherapy as methods for relaxing your mind and giving yourself some type of emotional support.
In our next segment, we will be discussing how do you support others? What you can do if you know that someone that you care about is experiencing grief and loss.
And then here's how to connect with me, Tashina Gonzalez. Again, I am a holistic wellness coach, and I have all types of free resources and education. So you can follow me on YouTube. It's just my name, Tashina Gonzalez. You can see me do some lives and other information on Instagram and Snapchat at Sweet Canela 5. You can find any of my other events that I do on my Facebook page there on the screen. And then you can send me an email with detailed questions at tashina.stokes@gmail.com.
And if you would like more information about the award-winning CNS Healthcare Anti-Stigma Program, you can call us at 248-449 409-4227, or you can email us at antistigma@cnshealthcare.org. Thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you again in our next segment of dealing with grief and loss, especially during this COVID-19 period. Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day and a safe
Bye.
holiday weekend.